Okay, fine. You caught me out. I was busy trying to do something off camera. Yeah, so the thing with power plants, right, is it's a little bit tricky to, at least with the coal ones, to make sure that it's like working 100%, right? Because like you see the one that we have there by our base, it's like working at, I want to say like 70% efficient. It's working, it's just not working right. Right. So yeah, I had a little bit of off time today, and I decided to just go ahead and build this thing and see what it looks like. So all of the struggles and everything I already like did and trialed and errored and all of that stuff. And yeah, it's so as it turns out, there will have been some issues we would have come across. But I'm not going to change the design from that. I'm just going to implement the fixes that I found. And we're just going to go with that. So how does that sound? Right, so yeah, I've kind of already set things up a little bit, and I am standing on these boxes because this is what I had built. This was the template that I was sort of building towards, and I think it kind of looks alright. The vision that I have is a little bit different to what I did actually build just now, but we are going to build that vision right now. So first and foremost, this has to go up by at least one, I believe. Because if we look over there, that that is a that's a water extractor, right? So one of the issues that I was having was when I had placed down a power plant. Where is it? Power. There it is. Coal power. If you place it on top of this, sometimes it would place it just a little bit off the ground. Now here it's not, behaving and showing you what I was saying, but sometimes it would place it slightly off the ground, and that was a little bit awkward. So we need to raise this up by at least, I think, 4. But now when we raise this up, that means from here we would have lost our ability to do head lift. So what head lift is, if we just go and do this, pull one up over there, I'm not 100% sure if it's from the center of the pipe or if it's from like the bottom of the pipe. But even if we take it from the center of the pipe and we get rid of this over here and that one as well, we need to raise it anyway, so there's no worries about doing this. If we go from here, put onto vertical, every machine has a 10-meter head lift. Now even if we do it from the middle, like the best case scenario, all the way up is still only almost to the top. And that's kind of the issue I was experiencing as well. So we need some way to push the water a bit higher up. Now I found a pretty cool way of doing it. When I say I found, yes, I did steal it. I saw it on a YouTube short somewhere and I thought that was absolutely brilliant and really fantastic. But what we're going to do is we're going to create one of these water extractors off on the side and have it be a water tower. So it will go up, push all the water as high up as we can, spin it around, bring it back down, and then force feed all that water back into the pipes that we'll lay over here, and that will force all the water to go back up. It might be a little bit cheaty, but I think it's fine. I mean, it's in the game, so that's okay. Oh, and by the way, I've just left this one here because it's an absolute pain to try and put these things in, because if you push H on this to snap to what's this H thing, do the hologram thing, you can't nudge it, and that makes it a little bit like annoying to work with. So how you get around that is you put down a pipe, like one of these junctions. You can put them in the middle of your foundation here, and then you can then line this up to that pipe. Now we'll be doing that a little bit, but I just left this one here because it's easy enough to just hold control and just snap them all left and right to side by each here. And I think that'll be fine. Oh, it's gotten dark. Of course it has. Of course it has. Right, so let's get started with this. I actually want to start from the beginning over there. I've already set up I set up everything to test it. So of course I would have set this up as well. But what I want to do is actually, since we're bringing this up by 1, I want to rotate this so that we go over the pond directly and not at this like weird angle like this. These are cool 90-degree angles, and they do of course work perfectly fine, but yeah, I want to see if we can go straight across. So I want to, let's just hop up on this quickly. Let's go here and then see what can we do. I mean, that looks about right. Maybe not there. Can we do it here? That looks good. Did I just accidentally do this on the right way at the right time first try? That would totally be the first. Okay, that's pretty neat. Now of course I do know that this will snap. Oh wait, let's put that in. That this will merge in with each other. Is that right? Over there? Is that right on the edge? I can't see because of these shadows. There we go. Does that look a little off? You know what? I think I'm going to just snap this one directly on top. Let's not do vertical. That's not the right button. Let's do default. And let's... Okay. Wait, hold on. We can snap into there. And then we can snap into there. And then this will just be ugly. But it will be fine. Ugly and fine. Okay, cool. Let me just take this down and we can start moving this stuff around. Might actually want to just do this a little bit so that it looks fine this way. Let's do vertical. Drop that underneath there. No, I keep pushing that button. It's the wrong button to push. Okay, and then we can do 4 default, no, zoop all the way across. And let's see how far we are here. I think we're right on the edge actually. I didn't even jump. Okay, that should be good there. Now let's get rid of all of this. And try and build this going this way. I think it'll look kind of cool. No. I almost fell off. We're just gonna have to get rid of these little floating pieces here. Is that all of them? I was pretty sure I left one behind here somewhere. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, let's just see this, get this all the way to the end, and we'll be good. That might have gone a bit too far. That was certainly went a bit too far. Okay, but this is all good. That's fine. And now the cool thing is here, we should be able to, actually let's just snap it directly onto the edge over here. And then here we want to do the vertical. We'll take it all the way down and we should be happy with that. And you know what? I'm going to put a ladder. If I can find a ladder. There it is, okay. So I'll put the ladder this side. Because over here, I want to just make sure everything can go up. Actually, let's get rid of this. Nice. Okay, then here, we're gonna use the Mark III bolts, even though I don't think we are why is it in, like, what? What? Okay, maybe we should just do this from the top. We might not be able to do it from the top. Wait, let's do this first. So I want the bolt coming in right there, and then the next one will be there, and the next one will be there. Maybe it wasn't happy because it was at an angle? Who knows? It's give this a try now, and we should be able to snap right onto it. Okay, there we go. Good, good, good. But I think this is the wrong way. This is definitely the wrong way. There we go. That one's right. That one's right. And now we just need to get rid of this one and replace it with one that's the correct way. Perfect. Now, these, I'm not going to be too, too specific about how this gets connected. If it's connected, it's connected, and I'm happy with that. I mean, I'll try and maybe make it a little bit not so off at the wrong angles, but that should be fine. We can swap this one around. That's mostly aimed correctly. There we go. And now we can grab this and throw this one in. And then the last one is there. Hopefully we can go all the way. No, we can't. Okay, that's fine. That should be good. Ah, that actually looks kind of neat as well. So that is pretty fine, pretty fine, and pretty fine. I like it. Yeah, okay, we're gonna take that out, and actually I was thinking of maybe trying to do something slightly different with these. Oh, no, okay, wait, I was almost about to get rid of the wrong thing. Where am I going? Okay. Alright. Get rid of this, and all of that. There's nothing floating still. Good. Oh. Okay. I gotta be careful with these bolts. I keep throwing myself off them. Oh no. I wish there was an undo button. Okay. That looks good. Let's go get through this bush and put this... No, man! Put this thing back. Okay. So, the problem with this... Well, it's not really a problem, but the thing with this is we are going to... I'm actually going to get rid of these. I think it's going to cause some interference, so I'm going to just do that for right now, and then I'm going to pull this out to this block there. And we should be good with that. Okay. So, if we are going to put the power thing, the power tower, this thing. If we're going to put that here, this will be fine for making sure we can connect everything here and there. And we're happy with that. But as soon as we put it down further along the line here, and I'll show you what's going to happen. When we put this down, because of course all three of these, well, all three of these bolts are going to take up pretty much this whole segment. So there's not going to be all that much space to walk. I mean, if we jump on it, of course, we could do that, but now we're slow, and then it will throw us away. So we don't want to do that. But what we do want to do... Oh, no. Might need to put some safety rails in as well. What I do want to have, though, is I do want to be able to still use this tool. This tool. To be able to go to any one of our plants, or, well, I mean, our miners here, and... I don't think I can get back up now. Okay, that was a dumb idea. But anyways, you get the idea. I want to be able to still use the zip line on this. But if we put this all the way out to, let's say, just over here, for example, we're going to come across a small little issue where we will keep on smacking into them. And we have this issue in our cave. So here we go and smack. And then we get thrown off in whichever direction it feels like it wants to. So I think what we can do is have a little bit of a something on the side here. And let's just quickly design this out. Yes, we're going to do a little bit of designing on camera. How cool is that? We've got a whole bunch of stuff that we can make use of. I wonder if... How big is this? That's not too bad. We move that just half a step in. It looks kind of bad though because it's... Okay. Wait. This might not work. Might not work for that. Let's see what the steel... Oh, that's a bit big. But how does it look like on the side? Building can't be nudged. Well, why even have it then? Okay. Small concrete pillar. That is a big concrete pillar. No, this is apparently a big concrete pillar, but this one is big as well. That's kind of crazy. Beam connector. Was it this one? This one doesn't look right. Painted beam. What does this look like? Yeah, that looks alright. Beam connector, double beam, beam support, metal beam, painted beam. Okay. Diagonal. Yeah, actually this is very much close to what I was hoping for. Oh, wait, no, not like that. Okay, wait, hold on. If we go... Let's just get rid of this one. If we do... Oh, yeah, okay, it is a painted beam. If we do the beam right here, but make it go this way. Like that. Then have that go up by 6. I suppose that should be fine. And then this way, go that way by 2. And then what? Do we put the beam connectors on each side? And maybe here as well. Oh, that was the wrong place. There. Then it looks like it's sort of meant to be there, right? Might need a bit of an end cap over here. And then finally, we can put this little niblet. It doesn't want to be put there. Why doesn't it want to be put there? There we go, we can put it like that, and then we can put this in its way, and then here we should be able to attach that. And if we do this everywhere, we should be able to just slide right underneath it. Might have to go a little higher than that. Boink. Great. Okay, let's actually put this to the test by putting another bunch of bolts down. So this bolt will go as far as here. And if it works out fine, it might be worthwhile making a blueprint out of it. And actually I want to just make it go around this corner and see what it does here. Oh, that is actually so close. So close to what I wanted to do. But I think we're gonna have to make it go right here first and then around the corner. I don't think this was ever going to be particularly neat. It would be super cool if we could have like... So with the pipes, you can have a sort of like rounded noodle effect. It would be cool to have that here with the bolts as well. But I don't think we'll be getting that. But that's alright. Let's see if we can't put this here maybe. And that one there. Hopefully... It doesn't look too bad. It looks kind of bad. Okay. I think we're just gonna have to close our eyes and pretend that it's not that bad. That looks okay actually. Great. Now let's see if we can't put some more of these things down. We want to put it at every little intersection here where we have a support. Alright, so I just went ahead and put the rest of them in, and we're giving this a quick little test. All the bolts are in as well, so that's great. We do it this little hop, but we don't at least slow down, so we are good to go. And what happens here? Bam! We get smacked right off. And at least it's on the way to our base, so I think that's actually kind of okay. I think everything works out. Cool, so everything is now connected. All the power is connected, all the bolts are connected. We can now use this to do our little hoppity transport. It looks a little bit odd that it's like somewhat sticking up out of the concrete here, but I think that should be fine. I mean, we're not really going for super aesthetics, are we? Maybe a little bit, but not too much. Alright, so now it's time to just get all of this up. Huh. Let me quickly have a look down here. Did I leave one in? I did indeed leave one in. Okay, I kind of needed at least one of them to be there so I can know where to put the power plants. There we go. Just needed to jump up. Okay. Actually, hold on. Do we not have a like rounded one? Corner ramp. Will that do something cool here? Doesn't look like it. Double ramp? Well, I mean, it gives it something here to make it look like it's not just totally arbitrary. Now we can at least get up here from this place. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Even though it's on the totally opposite side of where we actually need to be. But I think we'll be fine. Okay, let me just see quickly how much concrete I have. I think we're going to need... Actually, that might be enough concrete, but let me just grab a little extra. I've just got it all here. All the materials that were used to make the whole thing was there. And taken down. Right, so now I want to put this up by at least one. So let me hop up on here, and then I can kind of just delete all of this, because I don't really need it to be 8 meters thick. It just needs to be 4 meters thick. And then here, because it is on the edge, we can do that, hop on up, and then we can just basically delete the rest. Alright, so this is all now cleared up. We are one block higher. So we now at least match with where the bolts come in. And I think I got almost everything. Nope, there is still one little thing bottled up down here. Let me just actually connect this here as well. I couldn't connect it before because of this guy. He was a little bit in the way, but now it looks like he's kind of doing alright. Let me do this as well, and there's a little bit of plan for this little section. I know it looks a little bit strange, but I promise you there's a reason for this, and we'll get to that in a bit. So let's delete that one, and that one I think is a legit one. Yeah, okay. Cool. He's gonna be a bit of a problem actually. Huh. Well, I guess we'll worry about that when we get there. For right now, let's actually get a little bit more resources. I just want to make sure that we can build the stuff that we need to build, because there's a specific kind of order, well, I'll show you when we get there. Let me just grab a bunch of steel and some, well, we almost need all of these, I would imagine. We probably don't need all this coal. We'll need some wires for sure. Chuck the rest of the coal in there. We've got one power shard that I don't know where they come from. Oh wait, that power shard comes from that side. Okay, no, that makes sense. I'll just put that in there for right now, and then we can sort of grab all of this. I think that's all good. And let's maybe put on some boombox. Okay, so you can see we've got 3 inputs here. So there is, in total, how much is it actually? Wait, let me, before I lie to you, it's 120 by 3. So each belt does 120 because that is what the miners are currently set up. It's Mark 1 miner on a pure node, which gives us 120, and that's on each belt. And that means that we have enough wait, hold on, times 3. I need to do all of this stuff here just so we can see this, and then it's 15. Not that, it's only 15. So we can do 24, right? 24 coal production plants. But now what I want to do is I want to line them up side by side. So that means we should have 12 on each side. However, you'll notice that 12 is more than what one belt can support. So what we end up having is this middle belt is not really going to be attached to a side. And I think it's a pretty cool design that I've got here. So let's go ahead and put some of the things down. I wanted to use this as a bit of a guide. Oh, we need rotors. Okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. What don't we need? Probably don't need that. Actually, let's throw all of this away. We don't need any of those. And then let's grab all of our rotors again. And probably some of those. We'll leave a... Oh, actually, we're going to use up all of this stuff, so we won't need to leave any inventory spots open. Okay. So, let's have a quick look here. So we've got this thing here. I wanted to line it up with this. You can see how this lines up here. Let's just make sure, no, it is slightly off, still slightly off. There we go. That is done nicely this way. I lined it up such that it's basically like that. So it's super tight. So if we go and grab now, where is this one? The clean pipe, and put that in. It's so close. But it works out perfectly fine. I kind of like that. But I think we need to pull this in a little bit closer. So we need to pull this by... Now, you know what? I think it can only be done by half of a foundation. So probably there is the closest we can go. How much space can we save on the sides? Because I kind of did want to save a little bit. Looks like we can save an entire foundation. That is actually fantastic. That's really good. So let's try. Let's give that a try. So we can get rid of that, then pull this in nice and close. Okay, there we go. That is on the foundation line. Okay, and then of course, if we do the... Nope, where is it? Clean pipe. Does it still fit? It does indeed. Okay, that's great. So what this needs to now do is we now need to actually just put the rest of the stuff down. So we're gonna go all the way, I think, until here. I mean, this seems pretty close, but I think this is right. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and lastly 12. I mean, these things are quite big, right? I mean, they take up a lot of space. But it's still kind of cool to work on them. And now, on this side, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. I saw a design at some point where you kind of like offset this. So, okay, wait, let's see if I can get this nice and close so we can have a good look at what's going on. So you see how we've got a difference in input. So here is the pipe, which will be the fluid input, and then right next to it, if we were to go right beside it, line it up, this would then be directly adjacent to the item input. I've seen it with people go and do this, which is really cool because then you have one pipe that you can split between these two, and then you just sort of figure out how to do these two the item inputs. The problem is that offsets your whole build by slightly. So I'm going to go ahead and do it straight head on like that, but I'm going to shove it as far back as I can, and I think that is not far enough. I mean, we know it's not far enough, so I'm just going to shove that. No, I can't. Okay, hold up. Hold, please. It's always a battle for how much resources you don't have. That is not right next to it. Okay, so now I can do that and then shove this back to this half bit. Yeah, and then one half. There we go. Now this should make it quite compact, although of course we're not really worried too much about compactness, are we? Ooh, don't want to fall off. Okay. Well, there goes that hope. But this mountainside I've noticed is kind of cool. I'm on my parachute now and it just lets you fly up the side of it. Alright. And there are some beasties around there. There they are. We're just gonna ignore them for now. Awesome. So now we've got all of this here, but now we've got that problem where everything is like either or which side. I just want to see, did I do this right? This is a half foundation more that side and a half foundation more that side. Actually, no, I think that's fine. So the way that this is going to work, I just want to try and see if I can't get this one, the one that goes in the ground. No, let's just go ahead and find it ourselves manually. The way that this is hopefully going to work, I should rather say, is we're going to just line up these as close as we can. It's a little bit tricky because like it looks like it's going past the line, but it really isn't. So let's just actually stand where it's like those two nuts there, bolts. So now we know that that is actually in the correct place. So if we go here and we can see that those two bolts are more or less in the right place, then we know that we have it at the right angle. That looks about right. Yeah. No? Yes? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest of these down and I'll see you guys in a second. Perfect. It's hard to do things right. Just want to get rid of this and make sure that we are all in line. This one's all in line, that's good. So now which one is the right one? Is this correct or is the other one correct? Or, wait. This whole line is wrong. Well, that's odd. Okay, that should be good now. They are all in line. Yes, they are. Fantastic. Right, let's fix this up quickly again. Perfect. Okay, now just to put the clean pipes in. This will also take just a hot second, so I'll be with you again in a little bit. Okay, so all of them are now in and they are all aligned. Fantastic, right, so now we can get on to the whole dilemma of how are we going to feed all of these machines all the coal, knowing that there's 3 bolts and not the same number of machines. So that's actually quite an easy fix. I at least I thought so. I'm quite proud of this, I don't know if you can tell. So we're gonna do a splitter right here. Okay, and we're going to do it right on this line. And I think that should be good. Yes, right on that line. And then we're going to do this one, and we're just going to do this all the way down. Okay, fantastic. Now we're just going to do the same down the other side. Great. So now this is where it becomes cool. So here we're going to take this one and we're going to just shove it in there. And we're going to take this side and we're going to shove it in there. But I want to actually see, I don't think this is correct. No, we need to not do these straight bolts. We need to do the, actually wait, it is called straight. Yeah, we need to do the straight bolts. And that goes in a little bit nicer and it makes a bit more sense. Now, all we're going to do is just attach these so all of them can flow. Great stuff. However, now you are asking these questions like, why do we have this middle bolt then? Where is this middle bolt going to go? And yeah, no, you're 100% right. This middle bolt does need to go somewhere. And this one will go to these last 8 over here. So I'm going to put that over there, and then we can just take these bolts away because they're actually not needed. So each of these sets, so there's 8 at the back. This is how they're going to be separated. There's 8 over here, then there is 8 over there on this side, and then there is 8 on this side, right up to there. That's how the separation will be. So that belt will feed these 8s on that side, this belt on the right hand side will feed those, and then of course this one at the end will feed this. Now how are we going to do that? Well, I'm just going to do it like that. And then this will feed in from this side all the way across, and over here it's going to just make us have to swap all of this out that we just did. But luckily it's only 4, so it's not too bad. Also, that's why I didn't fully connect everything. Okay, so here we've got this. Now I want to accept on the back. Fantastic. So now when we do this and we do a normal belt, it shouldn't look too bad. Actually, let's go out from the back here. And then we can do a straight belt. Now it looks alright. Great. And now we can just do the same for here. And that's basically it. That's how we're going to connect it all together. But now the pipes are going to be quite fun. So we'll get to the pipes in a second. Let me just quickly connect all of these things up, because this is now where it becomes a little bit tedious, and I won't let you guys have to sit through that. Great. So now all of that is connected. The last thing to do is to connect the power. What I mean by that is the last thing to do upstairs here is to connect the power. I'm gonna hold off on that for right now, simply because I don't want to connect the power until I've pre-charged all of the everything, and we'll see what that means in a moment. But this actually is now no longer needed, and this is great. We can get rid of this, and then of course this pillar as well. It's just going to save us a little bit of space, and I do need to use this backside for a little, for a kind of a cool little tower. And actually, this is right up against what we wanted to use. Okay, so we only save 1 block on this side. That's fine. 1 foundation size. Okay, I mean that is the top all connected and all the pipes as well. So now let's figure out what we're going to do with the bottom here. And I see this is probably going to have to move back a bit. That's fine. So these, let's see, do I have enough? Yep, no, I've got enough. I don't know the best way to do this. I don't know if it's to use those pipes to see what's going on. Maybe it is, I don't know. What I'm going to do is just connect all of this first together so we can see the pretty neat, cool design that comes out of this kind of offset piping. Got a whole bunch of these things to deal with as well, and they're going to be a little bit annoying. I can just see that happening right now. Cool. So now that that's all there, it looks kind of neat, doesn't it? So what we have to do now is we kind of have to connect them in sets of 6. Reason for that is because, oh, I just took a screenshot, that's cool. So the reason we connect them in groups of 6 is because, what is it? Each power plant requires 50. So if we do 6, we then have 300. 300 is the max capacity for a single pipe. And it becomes a little bit of a challenge because, of course, we know that each water extractor gives us 120. So if we use 3, we overload the pipe. So we kind of have to feed that extra additional somewhere else. And one of the things that I do know is that this whole 24 power plant actually only needs 12. So if we just do, what's this, 24 times 50, that's way too many 5s. There's something wrong with my keyboard, but that's right. And then we just do, what's it, 300? No, not 300, 120. Do we need 10? Okay. I mean, that's fine. I was planning to build 11, but I'll show you the reason why in a moment. So actually now we just need to push this back a little bit because I think this is a little bit too close. So let me go ahead and move this here. And again, this is annoying because you can't nudge. You can't nudge these and it's just so silly. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and then I'm going to put one of these here so we can line it up nicely. And then we can get rid of this and get rid of this, and then where is our water extractor? There it is. You see we can now snap it to the water extractor itself, or sorry, to this pipe, and now we can shove it back just a little bit until it changes color. And now if we put this one on this side, is it a issue by going into the SAM node? No, it is not. I mean, this is great. But it will be an issue for this guy. The creature is in the way. See, the problem with this is we can't really get rid of it. That doesn't do anything to him. It like probably just tickles him a little bit. Yeah, okay. And we can't even smack him with a whole bunch of joy. He's just like not even bothered with that. So I don't really know how to fix this. Buddy, you're a bit of a nuisance. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and just put the other extractors down. Is this enough space? It looks like it is, and we need 10 of these. That is 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 on this side. It pretty much goes right up against the what's at the edge of the wall here. So that's kind of cool. This one, sure. You know what? Let's put it this side, attach it, or snap it. Snap it there. And then we are basically just missing this one. And it is ever so slightly off. That's going to annoy everyone else. I'm not going to be bothered with it. Right, so let's try and connect these up quickly. We want to do... See now, if I do that... Oh, okay, this might actually work. This might actually work fine. Oh, I just got an achievement. 5 kilometers of pipes. But I mean, wow, that is actually kind of crazy, because I don't think I've played this game enough where I've used pipes a super large amount. Alright, so I've just gone ahead and connected everything. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? So when I was doing my testing, I realized that there's a little bit of hiccups that can happen when you do that kind of grouping, and because of that, we're not going to do that. We are going to do something else. What that is, I actually have totally forgotten. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and throw these together. I do remember that I had this set up. So each one of these gets connected along this axis here. Let's just go ahead and... That's wrong. I'm just checking if any of the others are off. Nope, the others are alright. There we go. And then this one as well. This last one there. Fantastic. So now we can just put in some clean pipes, because I don't really want them to be all dirty. Dirty pipes aren't great. We can do that. We can do this. There needs to be one that side, but we've got a beam in the way. And then we have this. Right, so the idea here is going to be that these pipes will go up there. Now I want to move this into a horizontal to vertical, because I think that makes it at least look somewhat decent. So we'll do that. And then we're going to connect all of these together. Just like this and like this. Oh, what? Okay, not like that. Like that. And then this side is going to go to that end. And if you are paying attention, you'll realize that this is also going to be a bit of a problem, because what's going to happen is this pipe is going to get so full that it will this pipe is going to get so full that it will shove everything up, be consumed there by 120, 120, 120, and then that is the pipe complete. We won't be able to give it anywhere else. So we actually need to supplement this pipe kind of going upwards. But the way that I did that is kind of an interesting way. So I actually got rid of this one in the middle, and I split this extractor, this water pump, up into this area. So where can I separate this now? So this is the middle one, or the middle two. We can get rid of that, and basically what happens is this goes up here, and then that one goes into what will eventually be this extractor there. But the bean is in the way. Guys, I gotta get rid of the bean, and I don't know how. I don't know how. Okay, Bean is gone. Just reloaded the game, and he's now gone. Yep, gone. So now I can get rid of this pipe, and we can actually try and put this together as how I had it before. Okay, I'm just trying to remember what I did exactly. So I had something like this pipe going up here, that pipe going there, and then I had it connected where this one connected into there and that one connected into there, and then I had a connection between the two. That connection between the two was kind of important. So let's maybe try and make this a bit neater by using, no, not that. The wrong way around. There we go, that way, and then over here. Okay. How does this look? That looks alright. So now, if I go ahead and put in a junction over there and a junction over here, I should be able to put that one in there and this one in here. And then the very weird thing that actually had to happen was I had to add in this bit in the middle. This little wobble. Don't ask me why. I just, at the end of the day, it kind of just had to be this way. So that's kind of the weird way to do it. And then the last thing that I needed to do was to add in a middle piece as well, because of course it won't be perfect. So how did that happen? So there was 3 there, and then I needed 1 additional here. And I did this way. I just want to double check. So there's 2 pipes there, there's 2 pipes there, and then this comes from, I think this was just straight from down here. I'm not actually sure. It wouldn't have been from there. Yeah, okay. No, it's right. It's from here. So let's just try to line this up as best we can. What? Okay. Does that work? That seems to work. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that. And then lastly, over here we have 1, 2, and in the middle one was 3. And then line that up here. And then get the pipe in. You know what? I think I kind of like that a little bit better, where it goes from the top down like that. So I'm going to go ahead and change this one around quick. And if you don't know the orientation in which way that it goes from, so you see how it pushes everything up, and if we do it the other way around, it will shove everything down. Like that, right? That's all dependent on where you start your pipe. So starting it from the bottom, you saw that now, makes it bend at the bottom. Starting it from the top makes it bend from the top first. It's kind of a cool way, and it's quite intuitive actually. Yeah, alright, so that is now all the pipes connected, and all of the the extractors connected. All that's missing now is power to this. And then of course, because we know it already, head lift will be a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and connect the power quickly. It's going to be super simple. We just go here in the back. I have this idea or this plan where we're just going to go ahead and take some power. Where is this? This wall outlet Mark II, and connect it right in the middle. And basically just connect everything to that. Maybe we bring it a little bit further in. So connect there, connect that one there. This kind of solution isn't going to win any awards for prettiness and you know, anything nice like that, but I am more worried about just getting it working. And then over here it is going to go, what's the straight line? The straight line is I don't want to go in the water. Straight line is here. I'm just going to take it all the way to the very edge, and by the very edge I mean there. And then the same over here. It's going to take this. We want it to be, I think you actually have to just select it from here. We want it to be this one, and we want to basically do the same. So I think it was there. And now we can just connect the wires. And then this can just connect all the way at the back here. Let me just get a torch out so I can actually see what I'm doing. And that's a straight line. Yeah, I know what straight is, at least in terms of lines. There we go. That should be good. And then from here we can connect these two together. And then that can connect through the somehow to get to the top. Okay, let me just go ahead and build this down because we need this to be down. Nice and easy like that. And I do think that we are going to have to build some walkways here, just to see what's going on. Great stuff. Alright. So that is all the pipes connected, all the power connected for the downstairs in any case, for the water extractors. Now all that needs to happen is the power needs to, well, we need to actually get water to the power plant. And that's a bit tricky. And that's what this little block is for. But that, my friends, we're going to do in the next episode. What kind of cliffhanger is that? So if you guys enjoy the video, I would ask very kindly if you please leave a like and a subscribe, and also comment if you enjoyed it, comment if you didn't, and let me know how it's going. This is of course like my first YouTube series on YouTube. It's just me having some fun. You guys are just here to watch me mess around and see how I can just enjoy the game basically. So anyways, yes, hope you enjoyed. I wish you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.